What's up, guys?
Yo, boys, what up? Theories about everything here. You guys like the new look?
Okay, so this is completely unplanned. Lane and I had a whole video.
We did it this morning.
Some epic Minecraft gameplay, and like, for whatever reason, the audio wouldn't save when we uploaded to YouTube. So we're not really sure what's going on there, but so we just kind of decided we were just gonna do this and hope this works out. So anyway, you know what we're doing because of the
Title.
The title and the thumbnail, and also the video that I posted on Wednesday of this week of just why we've been off schedule. I told you we're doing a theory about the Endermen.
Yeah. So you guys have seen Aaron. Let's get intro.
Alright, so this theory was originally thought up by Reddit user StarKiller2, and we'll be sure to leave a link to the Reddit page down in the description below in case any of you guys want to go read that for yourselves. But basically what he says in his little thing is, I'm trying to remember, the Ender Dragon has always existed, and the Endermen that inhabit the end are basically worship the Ender Dragon as their deity. So they basically have a religion focused around the Ender Dragon. So the Ender Dragon, since it's happy, it allows the Endermen to live in the end with it. And so he says in the post that he thinks in his mind, as a coming of age ceremony, the Endermen will or they'll ask the Ender Dragon if they can go to the overworld and bring back like a block from the overworld as tribute. And what he says is he thinks the Enderman's ancestors went to the overworld and brought back obsidian from the overworld and built the giant pillars the Ender Dragon with the crystals on top that the Ender Dragon uses to heal itself. So he says that the Endermen will ask the Ender Dragon if they can go to the overworld, and they're perfectly capable of doing that themselves, because they can teleporting to the overworld and back to the end. But the Ender Dragon would know if they left, because it knows when a player enters the end automatically. So he thinks the Ender Dragon would be able to know if something left. So it would basically, the Endermen that left would basically be exiled from the end.
Poor Enderman.
Yeah. So the Endermen will go and roam about the end, or not the end, the overworld. Sorry. They'll go and roam about the overworld and try to find blocks to bring back. And usually, as a player, if you see an Enderman holding a block, it's usually something like dirt, grass, or sand, or something like that. So they're not really very valuable, but when they bring it back to the Ender Dragon, the dragon just kind of appreciates the effort that they gave and stuff. So it kind of just accepts it and allows them to go back and get more tribute, so maybe something of more value. But in the post he says, what about the ones that don't come back with anything? He thinks that the ones that don't come back with anything will basically be exiled from the end and told to never come back unless they have something or a tribute to bring to the dragon. So he posted in one section of the post. It talks about what happens when the player kills an Enderman. So when the player goes and kills an Enderman, the Enderman then becomes a martyr. And if you don't know what that means, a martyr is a person that died for a certain cause. So anyway, so the Enderman that got killed would then be what did it say? The Enderman that got killed would then be seen as a martyr, of course, and the player killed them when all they were trying to do was go and find something to appease their god. So he has a post in italics, and it says, "Who is really the bad guy here?" So it makes you think, like, could the player actually be the bad guy in Minecraft? And it's pretty crazy to think about, honestly, when you think that all of everything that you do in when you interact with Enderman and the Ender Dragon and things like that, you're actually the bad guy.
Steve, no.
It's crazy to think about. It messes with your brain. But anyway, okay, so it says what happens, or why, or what about player and Enderman interactions? So the Endermen in the overworld that see the player, they've heard stories from other Endermen that have been in the overworld before them that about the player, that the player is like really strong and probably is not something to mess with. So the Endermen that come to the overworld later kind of tend to try to stay away from the player unless the player looks at them, of course, because we all know they get mad when you so the Endermen really only want to fight the player if they're provoked by the player. So they're not really trying they're not like zombies or skeletons or anything where they're automatically angry at the player and want to kill it. And so the Endermen that are in the end, when the player reaches that point in the line of progression in Minecraft, they will the Endermen will kind of just, you know, try to keep their distance. And and he says, what happens when, or why don't the Endermen like freak out and go crazy when the Ender Dragon is being attacked? So he says that he thinks Endermen or the Endermen are like shocked and kind of like afraid that this player, whatever it is, came and just immediately started attacking their god. And so like they're afraid to fight the player because they think that if the player is so strong that it can, or thinks that it's so strong that it can just go and attack their deity without even flinching at all, they're gonna try to keep their distance because like that's pretty it's pretty crazy. So what happens when the dragon is destroyed? In the post it says there's 3 things that happen when the player, or with the egg that drops when the dragon is killed. So he says if the player just leaves it or like recovers it and places it somewhere, it's just gonna stay there until it hatches again, releasing the next Ender Dragon. And if the player makes it irrecoverable, like dropping it into lava or into the void or something, it's gonna like disappear eventually and completely just like mess up everything. But if the player brings it back to the overworld, and he says it's gonna have catastrophic consequences for everything in the overworld if the Ender Dragon is brought there. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's
and
a pretty interesting theory to think that all of this, like, I guess, like, it changes your viewpoint of your childhood game, Minecraft.
Yeah, like, it's crazy to think that just this small game that was developed like,
can be
just for fun,
can be like
can have like such a deep,
it can have like such a deeper maybe religious or like, I don't know, just like a deeper meaning to
just a whole deeper thing. It's pretty crazy to think about, honestly. Like, it kind of messed up my mind when I first saw this. But last thing, so when the dragon is killed, obviously the player is completely destroying the whole focal point of the Enderman's religion. And so, again, who really is the bad guy here?
Quote Aaron 2019. Oh, Reddit user 2000. 2000.
Quote Starkiller 2 2019, or whenever the Reddit post was created.
Yeah. Well, you guys should definitely go check out Starkiller 2.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
We don't know him, but
really creative person.
But yeah, thanks for giving us this theory to like explain on.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you wanted us to, but we did because we saw it and read it, and
yeah, like my friend Eli just told me about the kind of theories people have about the Endermen, and so I was like, okay, I'll try and find one so we can do something like this instead of our general movie theories. And that was this theory was the first one that popped up, and immediately I was like, okay, we have to do this. This is crazy.
What theory are you gonna do next week?
Not sure yet. Leave any ideas you have in the comments down below, and also be sure to let us know what you thought of this theory in the comments below.
Yeah, totally. And don't forget about the Infinity Gauntlet giveaway. The road to 100 subs.
Oh boy.
And then the t-shirts.
Oh yeah.
Well, we gotta get 100 subscribers first.
Yeah, we're not gonna sell the t-shirts until we get to 100 subscribers.
So if you guys want a free YouTuber t-shirt,
if you're not a subscriber,
you better go ahead and do it.
You better go and click that button and click the bell right beside it.
We had a really cool, clever idea to do the bell thing, but since the video got ruined, it kind of.
I could just insert a little clip of me doing whatever.
Yeah. There we go.
Right there. All right. Anyway, that's all for today.
Make sure to go subscribe to Pancake Stream.
Oh yeah.
So Colin's a group channel going on. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
We made a new video today. But
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that's all, and we'll see you next time on Theories About Everything.
See you guys later.